Good night, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 23rd, around 10 p.m. New York time. Guys, the US dollar today got sold as we proposed last night in this day right here and then bounced. The question now is, what is all this mess? We have been streaming over the counts today in the euro especially, and we got to the conclusion that the drop, in the case of the dollar, is corrective. So there are multiple scenarios that we can see here with the dollar that we're gonna explain it with the euro. So as you guys know, the dollar is is the opposite to the euro. So technically, we see different scenarios. We see this triangle. We see a biggest triangle. Even we see like A, B, C. This is A, and then this is W, three backs, this is A, and then we see A, B, C, this is W again, and we see in a scenario when in the euro case, when we can trade higher, lower. The dollar is kind of different because the dollar, we remember, this is 149 in the dollar. So in the euro, the highest that we've been is the 618 of this move. In the dollar, we went deeper, technically to the 76% or more than the 76.4% on of the move. In the euro, the most deep that we've been is around the 618, so we got more room to play. So that's telling me something, that the scenario can be the triangle. Reason being is because the dollar, if the euro is gonna go to 147, like the double size calling in the dollar and the euro, then the dollar needs to trade lower. So most likely we are playing two scenarios with the dollar. The first one is the triangle, or this triangle that you guys see here. Another triangle possibly was going here, and then more sharpness, but at the end lower, like you guys see here. That's another scenario in the dollar. And the most bullish scenario in the dollar is, believe it or not, this one, guys, that I'm going to explain to you now, is the one that he goes three ways here, three ways here, oh I'm sorry, five ways here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a marginal new low here, which is gonna complete three ways from here, and then the dollar is gonna trade higher. That's the second scenario that I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, three backs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, like an ending diagonal that we mentioned the other day, when the dollar is gonna text lower right here, but he's gonna respect this area right here before trading higher. That's another scenario that we contemplate. Technically a triangle, or that scenario with a diagonal, nothing else. That's why now when we go to the euro, I'm going to explain which one is supported by the dollar, which one is not. Now, getting back to oil, if we take a look at oil in the 4-hour chart, we see one thing. This wave 2 is getting too deep. Still, we like it as a bearish. We like it as a entering into a wave 3. But if we take a look at oil on the 1 minute chart, what we see is that the biggest correction is this one, and then we got a serious swing. From the lows we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, which is telling me that most likely oil needs to turn lower rather faster than later, because another high we can become this in an impulse. When you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So that's very interesting there, guys, that you guys need. We've been mentioning that we don't trust yet the short-term analysis, because it can be an S or it can be like a type something ugly there. Oil is part of Aussie. That's oil needs to trade lower, so the CAD gets higher, Aussie gets lower, and New Zealand gets lower. Be aware of that, guys. And finally, let me show you something here, and this is signal before I switch the chart, is the US dollar in 1 hour. The reason that I'm showing you that is because in a scenario with the ending diagonal, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and then this diagonal there, we need one more low, and that low, let me put it right here, it goes 1, 2, 3, no, it's a little, what I mean is that tonight right here, a new low below this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, this looks correct, guys. To be honest with you guys, this looks correct. I can show you guys, let's say in the 5-minute chart, and open it out a little bit, that from the lows, all I see is 1, 2, I see a swing here, another swing here, I see this and this. So technically what I see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I see 7 swing from the lows. So no matter what happened, it can go bearish, because I'm allowing a test around the 74 area before going lower. Keep that in mind, guys. Or it can go lower from here in a type of like a, look, this trend line here is key, because if you're gonna take the way of the diagonal or something right here, it can go lower from here. My best scenario, the one that we're laboring is, it's gonna get back to around 76.70, which is 144.70 in the euro case, and then start going higher, and we're gonna define right there which way we are, guys. This is unbelievable shopping. Been doing this for years, and what I see now is unbelievable. Okay, let's move on to the individual pairs, guys. Okay, guys, in the case of the euro, let's start with the euro here. The euro from 149, remember the dollar index is pretty close to the equivalent right here at 149. Now the euro, very clear what it is 3, 3, 3. No matter if this is W or this is W, at this stage that's no matter. Now from here until here, I remember me saying that this was W, that this was a 3-way. Today we have switched the label a little bit and put a corrected. The reason being is, I'm going to explain to you guys something so you guys understand where we're coming from. I'm going to explain to you guys the relationship between the legs. These two legs right here, they are related, almost equal or less than 1.236. This low right here is the 618 of this leg, so you got 3 and 3 backs to the 618. Now what you got from here, you got right here 2 equal legs after a swing. So let's label it as A and B, and then what is this C? This C right here is nothing more than the equal leg from A. So technically it's a zigzag right there, right? Now what we can see from here is two things. Either if this is a 5-way move, then a new marginal high that can come around, I would say 145.53 that I've been calling since the morning, that's a very important high. Why? Because you're gonna get 5 swing from here in a way of the ending diagonal there. Now if this is a 5 and this is a 5 with a new high right here, so technically you got A, B, Z, A, B, Z. So you need a move down. Now let me show you something. The FIBO that is being copied at the 145 area is important because it's, if you guys see right here, is the 618 of this decline. So that can be in place, guys. Another scenario is the one that we're laboring, which is the triangle. When you got W, S, and then you got the Y wave is a triangle when you got A, B, C, D, and we're going lower in E. That's one triangle. Another scenario is A, B, C. This is A, this is B, and then this is C, D, and we're going lower in E. That's another triangle. Another triangle. A, B, C. We are ending in the new high D, 3 backs in E and higher. So the only bearish scenario that I see is the one that is calling for the move to 147 and a test below 138. The one that we mentioned long ago. If you guys remember, we covered that scenario. That's the only bearish. Another possibility on the euro, think about it, guys, there is more than 5 possibilities, is that from the lows, and from that you're gonna get, this is W, this is S. Why? That is the 50% retracement of the whole W, but at the same time is the 618 by the peak of the way Z. So that's why the diagonal can be in place, because you got 176, 3, 618, and then most likely 145.50 can come. That's why today I was so urgent to get a new high about 145.34, because at that stage I knew what the count was. It didn't happen. They didn't higher again. And then another scenario, W, this is S instead of here, and then the new high in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is gonna be A. But at the end, you know that the triangle scenario is out of the blue, and then you know that Elliott Wave aging wise, we're gonna trade lower. Now let's take a look at this part right here on the euro in the 1 hour, so you guys know where we're coming from. This part right there is this part right here. This is W, this is A, B, and a C. That's how we're laboring. But it's very important that from here, that trend line is taken to the downside, and following that trend line, that this is taken to the downside. The reason being is because we can be in another diagonal C when you got 1 flat, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5. It's unbelievable, but all those scenarios are possible, guys. That's why you see that we've been very quiet. We like, now let me take a look pretty fast on the euro, guys. I'm sorry that I'm taking that long on the euro today. Right here, the decline on the euro it is very questionable, but what is more clear is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at least minimum we should trade higher to around, I would say, 144.70 before any significant move to the downside. This is very questionable. It's more clear, believe it or not, that the dollar index, that is very questionable, because you see 1, 2, 3, possible 4, and a phi wave right here with the phi extended. That's the only bearish scenario. So guys, keep in mind, everything is questionable with the euro and the dollar. Now, around another pairs, I'm gonna cover the two more clear structures around the market. Those structures are the EuroCAD. The EuroCAD, I've been all over saying today that is showing a very clear structure when from the lows we have 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 and a possible ending diagonal, which is targeting an area around 143.50, I would say 144. That's another reason why the euro dollar can be in an ending diagonal. Another one that is clear, I believe still, is the dollar CAD. Even though I'm kind of worried, we are in a trade, we've been positive all day, it's a long swing trade, but guys, it's taking too long to be a wave 4 right there. I gotta be honest with you guys, it's taking too long to be honest with you guys. So how we're laboring today is we're laboring like this. We're laboring like against until here C and then D, and possible we are still in the E way when we got A and 3 and then we got A, B and Z and A. This print right here was 19 and then we ended here. This is A or lesser degree, I'm sorry, my bad, and the laboring right there. This is B, A, 1 second. This is B right here, and then within the C way we got A, B, and now coming lower to C. Unbelievable. Another scenario is that we have a triangle B way when you got A here and then you got A, B, C, D, E, and it's gonna trust lower. Unbelievable. That's what we got, guys. This is unbelievable. I've been saying that a triangle B in the CAD, very possible when you got A, B, C, D, and then lower in C. That's unbelievable, but it's possible. So only a take of around 99.38 is considered bullish at this stage, but I believe that the risk is gonna be on against tonight and the dollar weakness will come. Amazing. Now there are two pairs that are showing bullish structure, bearish structure against the dollar in some degrees. One of them being Aussie. At the time that we did the day, Aussie was trading here, and then possible Aussie is done like we laboring in the morning when we got 1 2 3 4 5 possible done, and maybe it's leading the pack and now it's gonna go lower. Same scenario with the New Zealand, it should be lower now because when we did a day, look, same scenario. So those two are possible leading the path compared to the dollar. And finally, let me take a look at gold. Gold ended what we were laboring as a wave 3 to 9 this morning, and then gold is set for a correction lower to an area between 1800 and 70.40 before renew higher. Cable also showing an ugly structure when we believe that the drop from the high right here it was a three-way here, What happened? I don't know what happened with signal here. It was a three-way, and then we got another three backs. It's unbelievable. Now maybe we're gonna respect this high, or maybe we're gonna trade around 166, 65 and a half, 166, and then going lower. My trading indicator is telling me it's bullish. So I would say this scenario is possible. I don't know if a new high is possible in a way that A, B, C, D, E, and then we still are in a type of running triangle there. We are final thrust higher. Remember that we were forcing a little bit here. Maybe cable is doing a triangle wave 4, and it's gonna thrust higher before going lower. Let me show you something, guys, on the daily in cable. As you guys know, with bullish cable, that cable can be in this scenario when we're still in a wave 4 triangle, and then we got A, B, C, A. This is A, then here, and this is a triangle, something like this being done right here, and that's why we're getting a triangle, which is gonna bust higher, trade the trend, test the trend line, or even lower, and start going lower. We need a higher euro pound. So witnessing cable can be the case. Keep that in mind, guys. And finally, I've been saying finally like 2 times already, the S&P still within wave 2 in the 4 hour. I'm proposing lower like oil or those pairs, and in a 1 hour I think that S&P is either done or is ready to drop tomorrow. Look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We label them as a flat that we called them last night, and I believe in each signal hasn't reached the 50% retracement that in the small S&P is dropping at this time. So keep that in mind, guys. So that's what we got for tonight. Be aware that any new low in the dollar index is a favorable low. Any new high in euro dollar is favorable in my own opinion, but I believe that in some degrees we're gonna see risk on tonight. Thank you, guys.